Your palms sweat, your heart pounds, and your stomach is doing cartwheels. You weigh the importance. Can't you just leave? No, you have to go in, and then you walk in. Are you going to a life-changing job interview? About to ask your crush on a date, or maybe even do something crazy like skydive? Nope, you're walking into your first college class. For some of you, perhaps this is how you felt going into your first. And for others who will in the future, it's how you imagine you might feel. The truth is, the idea of college for most people is kind of scary. You hear horror stories about professors who deduct 10 points off your assignment because they don't like the color of your hair. And you hear about the loads and loads and loads of homework. You can never be prepared for college, some people might say. Well, I'm here to tell you that they are absolutely wrong. You can be prepared for college. And today, I'll give you some general but very helpful tips on how to do it and do it well. The information comes from several reliable sources and my own personal experience with this topic. All it takes to succeed in college is to know what your professor expects, be organized, and stay positive. So, for those of you who need advice because you aren't sure what to expect, and for others who have been through this experience and want to make some improvements, here's some useful information. To start off, I'll explain one of the most important aspects of succeeding in a college class, knowing exactly what your professor expects. This is a big deal because the first step in succeeding in the class is knowing the ropes of that course, and the one person who knows it better than anybody else is the person teaching it. Syllabus week isn't just a bye week to get out of doing work. It's important, so listen up. Your professor will, in the course syllabus and their own addendum, let you know the requirements, how grades work, and what you can and can't do in their classroom. No, not all professors are cool with you bringing takeout to class. An article from the Huffington Post college website that was written by Professor herself, Ann Halstead, includes some important things to know in order to be a good student. In it, one of her points is to read the syllabus thoroughly. She says that it is the contract for the course. She mentions the importance of the syllabus and its contents. You can't succeed in the class without it. Usually, the syllabus also includes a tentative schedule, which is helpful when it comes to the next thing I'll cover, which is to be organized. I cannot stress this point enough. Being organized doesn't mean just to keep your binder looking neat. While this is important, there's more to it. Managing time and work for 5 classes at once, which is the average load for a full-time student, is very difficult. This is why it's extremely helpful to get a good agenda that you like to keep track of when tests are and when assignments are due. This is the one I use. It's nice and colorful. It's nearly impossible to keep up with all that information without writing it down in some kind of way. This ensures that nothing will sneak up on you. You can even take an extra step and not only write when the assignments are due and when the tests are, but also write when you're going to do the assignments and when you're going to study for the tests. Something that's also helped me is color coding each of my classes in my agenda. I have a certain color to use for each of my classes. It saves space and works well if you function visually. This is an example of something that would be written in my agenda. You have different colors for each class. Say black, the black color was for my microbiology course. The purple is for my nutrition class, and say the green is for my anatomy class. And so each of them have a color, and it saves space instead of writing muscle system quiz for anatomy and chapter 4 homework due for microbiology. You know exactly which color corresponds, and it makes it look a whole lot neater. The last thing I would like to go over is equally important as the other 2 points. It is to do your best to stay positive throughout the semester. Yes, I have said it is possible to prepare for college and have given you several ways to make it easier. But college can be hard, and it's easy to get overwhelmed trying to adjust to the change that is the college environment. Understand that college is not like high school or anything else you've experienced if you've never done it before. In Daniel T. Rogers' book, Majoring in Psychology, he emphasizes on the transition to college from high school and notes that there are huge differences between the two, and notes what those differences do to impact grades. In most college courses, good grades are something that takes hard work and dedication, but it doesn't mean it can't be achieved. Make sure to keep a positive outlook, understanding that it's normal to fail a quiz or test here and there. It doesn't mean you're a bad student. Know your limits. Take a break when you need it. Part of doing well is keeping a good balance of school and fun and relaxation, while remembering that right now school needs to stay a priority. When you get overwhelmed and stressed, remember why you are where you are, and it will always get better. Today, I've gone over only a few of the many helpful tips there are to help people get through a college class. These are definitely not the only things you need to know, but the general ideas encompass the other important details, like attendance and study habits. As long as you know what is expected of you, stay organized, and stay positive, everything else will come naturally. College isn't as big of a monster as some people paint it to be, but it is important to know how to handle it. Lori Grandstaff, the Vice President of Production Management and Operations at Wise Choice, said this: "Going to college is not the same as being successful in college and completing a college degree. It's very important that students who get in and go have a very good idea from the start of what will be expected of them and what steps they will need to take to persist and complete." She is very right. Lots of people go to college, but it takes more than that to get that degree. Follow these tips and you'll be on your way to not only surviving a college class, but excelling in it.